Like, you're all crazy. You're all crazy, insane people. But at the same time, I'm like, you know, it's popular, and I feel like there's a part of it that I should know. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Justin. You've seen the thumbnail, you've seen the title, and by the 3 million views on this video, you've probably already seen it, how Kwebblekop lost his entire audience in 1 year. So I actually watch a lot of the SunnyV2 videos, but when this one came across my timeline, I didn't recognize the face or the name, but I saw the description as I was queuing up this video, and it said they lost 90% of their viewers. So let's jump in and see what this is about.
21, 97.9 million views. April 2022, 8.5 million views. In the space of only 12 months, Kwebblekop's viewership has fallen by roughly 90%, and we're going to outline every single mistake made which has brought him to this unfortunate point. Now to cut...
Every single mistake. You know what's also kind of cool about these videos is that the SunnyV2, and I think this is why they get so many views, is that they really, or maybe even just a one-man team, you know, he really goes in depth with the research on these people, and it shows their downfall and where they are at the height, and then what brings them all the way down to like bottom.
Kwebblekop aka Geordie a little bit of slack. We need to specify that because he's a gaming YouTuber, some of this decline has actually been out of his control. We've explained in past videos that gaming YouTubers often have a very volatile career, as their view count is directly tied to the popularity of whatever game they happen to be playing. We can see this trend when looking at Kwebblekop's best month ever back in August 2019, when his channel would achieve a monthly viewership of 166 million. At the time, Minecraft was coming back into the mainstream, bolstering Kwebblekop's content, whilst Fortnite was still in its prime YouTuber phase, giving him countless opportunities for fresh new videos. Since Geordie had no control over the popularity of these games, you might go ahead and call this an element of luck. However, almost everything else which was bringing in these 166 million views had been a result of Kwebblekop's actions. For example, Geordie was a master at collaborating with other YouTubers.
I'm a YouTuber. I want to know more YouTubers. I want to get to know all the YouTubers. I want my friends to be YouTubers or people that are doing similar stuff.
This became most evident after forming a YouTube trio known as Robust, which included Kwebblekop alongside 2 other familiar faces, Jelly and Slogo Man. Kwebblekop explained that his first viral video with over 14 million views was him, Jelly and Slogo simply messing around on GTA 5. As their relationship strengthened, a video where Kwebblekop simply met Jelly in real life for the first time gained over 12 million views. The trio were even picked up by PewDiePie's YouTube network Revel Mode, alongside Markiplier and Jacksepticeye, with the subscriber count of Kwebblekop, Jelly and Slogo being the best piece of evidence for the success they'd find as a trio. In addition to forming the Robust group, Geordie began dating fellow YouTuber Azzyland in 2016, with Azzy herself having a multi-million subscriber count at the time, meaning that they could collaborate on various different videos, providing further growth for each creator. Yet the overwhelming driver behind Kwebblekop's extreme viewership was without a doubt his laser focus on the content in combination with an unwavering work ethic.
So oh man, I like these thumbnails. One thing I really kind of, the storytelling is so good, right? Because I mean, it's this buildup of like how this guy has this work ethic and he's collaborating with all these people and everything seems to be going well. So then what happens? You know, I'm on the edge of my seat. I gotta know.
After beginning his channel, Geordie made a commitment to upload 1 video every single day, which he would continue for a period of over 9 years.
27th of August 2012, I said to myself, I'm never gonna miss a day of uploading, no matter what.
You know, I don't know if this is probably going to be related to the downfall, right? The viewership loss. I don't know. But I feel like in videos that I hopefully will do more of on the channel, I see so many people talk about burnout. You know, one YouTuber in particular that comes to mind is that did this, and I follow his content, is Omni. I think his name's Steven. But he uploaded a video a day, and he said it really kind of like burned him out after a while. And PewDiePie's talked about all these high profile, you know, content creators do that, and you know, I should probably make a whole nother stream or another video entirely on like the ethics that go behind that, but I wonder if that's kind of related too. That seems rough, man. I mean, it's something I'm trying to do as well with some of my content is and it's on my YouTube banner, just so I don't get too committed to this, is like I say, weekly videos. I think with what I have going on in my life, I think I can commit to 1 video a week. I'd like to do more, but I'm just gonna say 1, and but 1 a day? Ugh.
No matter what happens,
No matter
every
what.
day I'm gonna make a video that's better than the one before.
Additionally, all of his energy was being focused on one channel only, ensuring that the one daily video was always of the highest quality.
Every day I worked on it. Every day I studied it. I watched tutorials. I read articles. I spoke to people. I practiced, and every day I made new videos.
And within this daily upload, it was obvious that Kwebblekop's goal was to ensure the most optimal experience for the audience.
I was making videos that my audience loved watching, right? So I asked myself, what does my audience love the most?
Each of those clips from Kwebblekop's discussion on the Watch Time podcast also displayed just how switched on he was in terms of personal development and the correct attitude required in order to grow a successful YouTube channel. So if he had the correct attitude and mindset in order, why after 5 years of gaining an extremely consistent 100 million views per month did this number drop to between 5 and 15 million over the course of
That's
only
still
a
so
year?
many.
Well, in order to answer that question, let's begin by looking at a Twitter post made by Kwebblekop in early 2020. Before things go any further, I want to address the rumors. After 3.5 years of being together, Azzy and I recently broke up. I have nothing but love and respect for this beautiful, smart, and caring woman. Please respect our privacy. Thank
I don't really follow like social media drama too much, but hearing about this now sounds familiar. Like that exact like sentence structure. I mean, I know a lot of content creators will say that they'll both put out a statement that's very similar, but this one, it's all starting to come back to me a little bit.
Thank you, which was accompanied by a video approximately 1 year later, conveniently just
maybe I'm
before
thinking of
the
somebody
views
else.
began to decline, explaining the reason behind their breakup.
Why did you guys break up? Well, as you guys might know, I'm from Amsterdam, the Netherlands, and Azzy is from Canada. And it was a
Long
long
distance.
distance relationship. Once the honeymoon phase was over, we realized that we're two people from completely different places.
However, it would still be a little far-fetched to blame Kwebblekop's decline in viewership on nothing but this separation. Sure, he had one less person to collaborate and make videos with. However, if we take the date of Geordie's separation announcement, March 2020, and placed alongside his view count at the time, he actually went up in views after breaking up with Azzyland. Of course, there were other factors at play during this time, such as people being at home and therefore watching more
Fall
YouTube
Guys.
due to the pandemic. Yet, as an overall, the data doesn't really suggest that this breakup had much of an impact on his eventual decline in views. However, it wasn't only Azzyland that Kwebblekop would stop making videos with. After 5 years of filming together, the robust trio being Kwebblekop, Jelly, and Slogo would also slowly
Jelly and
disintegrate.
Slogo.
Instead of playing with Geordie, who was busy making various reaction videos, Jelly and Slogo replaced him with a different YouTuber by the name of Craner, which was noticed by fans on Reddit. The last thing I remember was that Kwebblekop was playing Minecraft with Jelly and Slogo Man in Robust Town. Now everything has changed. Jelly and Slogo Man replaced Kwebblekop with Craner in a new Minecraft server. Kwebblekop made his own solo play, and right at this moment he's only doing reaction videos. What is going on? Anyone got the explanation for it? Why is he now not playing with his friends anymore? Why isn't he playing games anymore? Is he going to maintain it like this, or will he come back to his own self again? First he took down the vlogs, but then he stopped playing with friends. As this became an increasingly common discussion in Geordie's comments section, he'd upload a video titled Why I Left Jelly and Slogo, explaining that as a result.
Okay, let me get this thought out here. I heard this on a podcast once. It's a movie focused podcast that I listen to, and they talk about how like these superstar YouTubers, they're on a different level when it comes to this kind of stuff. And yeah, I mean, I would agree. It's a world that like I could never see myself in, and just seems like insanity to be a part of.
Result of making video after video with the group, each of which following a similar narrative, Kwebblekop felt as though he wasn't growing due to a lack of creativity.
I saw that my creativity was running out. I was just doing things with a group. I was going into that direction. I realized that I stopped growing as a person, and that I just stagnated in life, and I was just doing the same thing.
Geordie also explained that at around the same point in time, he'd become depressed, which made him feel as though he was holding the group back.
I ended up getting a depression, which I've never, ever said anywhere publicly.
I wonder if recording a video every day and playing this kids game had anything to do with it.
But it was also holding them back, because I couldn't give them the energy that they needed to make these videos good.
And as a result, he began to participate in fewer and fewer recordings.
It wasn't a clear cut, bye guys, see you tomorrow. And instead it was me joining less and fewer recordings.
From this point onwards, Kwebblekop was no longer making videos with the group, which had helped him him to become so successful in the first place. He then began to collaborate with a new YouTuber going by the name of Tiger, yet this would also end in another bit of drama.
Me and Kwebblekop got into a fight, and after this fight I was pretty much left with nothing.
Kwebblekop found Tiger when he was still a small YouTuber, and while the details aren't public, it seemed as though Kwebblekop offered guidance and growth to Tiger in exchange for part or full ownership of the channel.
You know, I've never really, quickly aside from this video, I've never really been the person that wants to make those like thumbnail pictures where it's like super overly excited, or like the Asmongold with the hand over the face. But I do feel like that when it comes to these people. Like whenever these YouTubers talk, it's like everybody looks and seems so socially awkward. I mean, listen, you get the views, you get the money, it is what it is. But damn, everyone just seems like such a strange version of a human these days.
I'm like, this guy could be a really big YouTuber if I would coach him a little bit. He has so much talent.
Now this went exactly as planned in the beginning. They started playing together, and pretty quickly Tiger's viewership skyrocketed from 2 million views per month to
maybe
20
I'm the
million
problem.
views per month.
Oh,
However, at around the same point in time, Tiger randomly stopped uploading altogether. 2 months later, Tiger would upload a video on a different channel titled Why I Left Kwebblekop and Tiger, explaining that he couldn't talk about what had happened with the channel.
And I'm not gonna get too much into who was in the right or who was in the wrong, because I can't.
But he was no longer friends with Kwebblekop.
Everyone is asking the same thing. Why are you not uploading to Tiger, and what happened between you and Kwebblekop? Well guys, it essentially boils down to one thing, and that is that me and Kwebblekop are actually no longer friends. I feel hurt, I feel disappointed, I feel betrayed, and most of all, I feel forgotten.
What would become obvious later was that somehow Kwebblekop had claimed ownership over Tiger's channel, as he would upload a video where he had cloned Tiger's voice and attached it to an AI, which would provoke another response from Tiger, who was once again insulted by Geordie's actions.
Well, hold up.
Betrayed.
Because I'm like half tuned into this story because I do want to pay attention to this, but like I'm like how many? I'm 7 minutes in, and it just kind of occurred to me, man, I don't give a shit about any of these YouTubers. Like you're all crazy, insane people. But at the same time, I'm like, it's popular, and I feel like there's a part of it that I should know. So, but I zoned out. So what was going on with this guy?
No longer friends. I feel hurt. I feel disappointed.
Okay.
I feel betrayed.
You shouldn't be making a YouTube video about this, but okay.
And most of all, I feel forgotten.
What would become obvious later was that somehow Kwebblekop had claimed ownership over Tiger's channel, as he would upload a video where he had cloned Tiger's voice and attached it to an AI, which would provoke another response from Tiger, who was once again insulted by Geordie.
Okay, so I did hear that right. He took control of his channel and cloned this dude. Wow.
His actions.
He made this cartoon character, loaned my voice, and put it on the Tiger channel. Listen, Geordie, this cartoon version of you might be your best friend, but I'm not your best friend, okay? I'm not even your friend.
And after Tiger called him out, Kwebblekop seemed to panic as he would delete every video featuring the AI Tiger clone.
This is starting to sound familiar now.
Twitter with Geordie stating, "Life is too short to have enemies," yet shortly thereafter, Kwebblekop would end their exchange by blocking Tiger on Twitter.
But then for some reason, my man decided to block me. But you know what, man? I don't care.
What's most interesting about this whole interaction is that it correlates perfectly with the point at which Kwebblekop's views began to decline rapidly.
Okay, so are we trying to gather here that as the drama came out with these other content creators, viewers started to kind of abandon Kwebblekop? I think that's what we're supposed to infer, which I guess is like the theme of a lot of these videos that SunnyV2 puts out, right? It's like somebody's at the top of their game, and then there's some sort of scandal that happens, and they start to lose subscribers and viewers until the point where we have to come out and explain what happened, and then maybe it doesn't go over well. They do an apology video, that doesn't go over well, and it just kind of keeps going and going and going until suddenly, instead of you having 90 million viewers, you have 5 million.
However, the reason for the impending decline wasn't the drama itself, but rather one discovery made by Geordie throughout the conflict with Tiger, being that he could make an AI character to act as a real person. One of the biggest lessons I've learned in business is that pretty much everything you dream is possible. Cloning yourself, too easy. 4 years ago, I was in the middle of a burnout, made 3 videos per day and streamed 2 to 3 hours per day. I wished I could clone myself, so I did. What Kwebblekop is referring to in this Twitter thread is a channel he launched 1 month after the drama with Tiger, which posts gaming videos and uses an an AI character as the main personality within the videos. Now, there's nothing wrong with anyone beginning a second channel, but when looking at the numbers, it's obvious that this new AI channel going by the name of Blue was seriously fragmenting Geordie's attention on the main channel. It was launched in May 2021 and began to do 4 million views per month instantly, yet if we look at the Kwebblekop channel, May 2021 was also the point at which his viewership declined from an average of 100 million views per month to 60 million views per month. Kwebblekop began to celebrate the strides that his AI channel was doing, yet he also seemed completely oblivious to the massive decline that was happening on his main channel. His average monthly viewership was down by 40 million on Kwebblekop while he was celebrating 4 million views a month on Blue. It was the very definition of the man who chases two rabbits catches neither, and this decline on the main channel brought about further changes which would ultimately make things even worse. Kwebblekop would upload a video titled My Most Important Video with I Quit in the thumbnail, explaining that he was no
I hope I never make a video like that. I'm too small and I don't care enough about social media and YouTube and being liked by others. But man, let me not say that. I care enough not to like somebody take something out of context. But I was gonna say, get rid of me if I ever make a video like this. Ugh.
no longer enjoying YouTube.
I'm having a hard time being creative. I'm having a hard time having fun in my job. I'm having a hard time sleep.
I'm trying to be, let me be a little bit more positive.
Worrying about YouTube, always thinking about YouTube. I'm not enjoying
Gotta be understanding
it
of
as
these
much
people.
as I was
They're people too.
before.
Before going on to state that after 10 years he was discontinuing the daily uploads.
That's why after 10 years of making daily videos, I quit. I quit making daily videos.
Kwebblekop would finish the video by stating that starting from today, he planned on making top quality content that the audience wanted to see.
Starting today, from now
music
on,
videos?
you can expect
Skits?
my next video to be top notch, to be really flipping good, to be exactly what you want to see.
Yet the first 3 videos posted in the days that followed were him bragging about his $10,000 dog, then him bragging about his custom orange G-Wagon, then him bragging about his $7.5 million penthouse apartment.
Welcome to my 7.
I just realized too, I forgot that the thumbnail for this was about bragging about your money. Oh. Because the title is how Kwebblekop lost his entire audience in a year. But the thumbnail is like bragging about money, which is what drew my attention. I was like, yeah, I mean, generally speaking, the people you're making these videos for don't have as much money as you. So when you're like, look at how much money I have. I mean, some people will generally be proud, you know, they'll be happy for your success, especially if you started out smaller and you worked your way up to that. But I think there's been too many examples of people who kind of come from that like rags to riches, where once they get to the top and they brag about what they have, it usually doesn't go over well with their audiences.
$1.5 million penthouse tour. Let's see if this video can hit 100,000 likes.
And it's just like, why would you post this, dude? Not only have you stated in the past that you apparently don't do YouTube for the money.
I don't care about making an extra buck on YouTube. I don't care about the money. I really genuinely do not do YouTube for the money.
But do you really think the audience wants to open up the YouTube app and instantly see something that makes them feel inferior to you? Do you think new viewers on your channel want to open up the video section and see one video saying I quit followed by 3 videos talking about how rich you are? You think it's just a coincidence that David Dobrik got cancelled in the same month that he posted his brand new multi-million-dollar house to YouTube? When you invite envy into the life of others, you pay for it in ways which you will not expect.
I don't know if that was I mean, it is somewhat coincidental, I would say, with the David Dobrik thing. And I'm not here to talk about David Dobrik, but I mean, it's coincidental in the sense that, like, as far as I remember, he wasn't talking about like the extravagant aspects of his life, and then that's why people didn't like him. It was other stuff unrelated to that.
The 3 videos felt like nothing more than a validation-seeking exercise which came off as quite insecure. A 2008 study by the Journal of Consumer Research stated that when people feel powerless and out of control, they feel an increased desire to purchase items which convey high status. Further, this increased attraction to high status products stems from a specific inclination to re-establish power, which might explain Kwebblekop's motive to upload these off-brand videos. Maybe deep down he felt as though he had lost his position of influence, which was certainly plausible because at the time of uploading the videos, his monthly viewership had declined by over 85% from its peak. Additionally, his house tour might have been evidence that Kwebblekop had fallen into the classic trap of becoming distracted from the channel by the items he was able to purchase as a result of the channel in the first place. This theory could be supported by the fact that after uploading his house tour to YouTube and announcing that he no longer planned on uploading daily, the videos slowed dramatically. He went from 1 video per day to only 2 videos in both March and April of 2022, doing further damage to the channel's view count. Now, we can't neglect the fact that his Blue channel has actually gained a bit of traction over the last couple of months, gaining between 10 and 25 million views per month. However, when combining the views of both Blue and Kwebblekop together, even on the best months he doesn't crack 40 million views, which is still less than half of what he was able to achieve while simply focusing on one channel. In a recent video titled My $100 Million GTA 5 Business in Real Life, which sports a similar kind of vibe to the apartment tour, Kwebblekop talks about how he's also launched an NFT business and is working on a video game, potentially fracturing his focus from YouTube even further. As mentioned earlier, Kwebblekop is extremely switched on in terms of how to build and run a successful YouTube channel, although as a whole there are two obvious problems that need to be solved. The first problem, which thankfully is relatively easy to fix, is one relating to ego. Jordy, I know how much we as males love to brag. It's written in our DNA to talk endlessly about how good we are, but you have to resist the urge to do so. Proclaiming your high status by posting videos of your G-Wagon and multi-million-dollar home ironically does the opposite of what you want it to, as your audience doesn't want to follow someone that needs to be validated in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, that's the thing too, is that I don't know if that goes over well with anybody. I mean, there's examples that we have, and I'm going to try to keep this on topic, but there are many examples that we see of very rich, roll my eyes, successful people that, you know, they comment about that. You know, they comment about how much they've made and whatnot. So, but people don't want to. There are some people who will follow for that kind of stuff, but you know, if someone happened to catch this video, or if you're that kind of person, that's unhealthy, man. I mean, there's something to be said about trying to better your own life, and again, what I mentioned earlier, you know, finding a little bit of, like, you know, happiness for someone else's, you know, the positivity that happens in someone else's life. But if you are like cheering on people who are almost like bragging in your face that, you know, of what they have, I don't know, that's weird.
The second problem is a little harder to solve, as it requires either more sacrifice or time, and I could be wrong altogether with this second problem because I'm not sure what kind of numbers your other businesses are doing, but your focus is clearly fragmented, or maybe you have too many things to focus on. You claim to have between 50 and 100 employees.
I'm running a business with I don't know how many employees. Anywhere from 50 to 100 employees work here.
Yet your views are significantly below where they were during any other year since 2016. The potential inefficiency of this was also noticed by some of the sidemen.
So Kwebblekop has basically tweeted out saying that he spends on average 14 days and 14 editors to make one video.
Instantly, I'm thinking your team or your process is incredibly inefficient.
And while the one step back
14
for two steps
editors
forward mentality is a great thing to have, something feels off with the numbers. Maybe you're just bragging about employing way more people than you actually do, and if this is the case, it's just another piece of evidence for the previous point. Quit with the bragging. It's not necessary and adds no value to anything at any point in time. When you appeared on the Watch Time podcast with Muselk, one very mature thing that you said was that you appreciate when your YouTuber friends call you out on things. So while I was probably a little bit harsh in this video, hopefully it can provide some genuine tough love feedback about where you can improve going into the future.
Well, as always, very good video by SunnyV2. I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, he's still a very successful person. I mean, I just think it's kind of interesting sometimes when I hear that kind of stuff. I obviously am not on that level, but I always think it's kind of interesting that it's like you get, you know, millions of views, which means you're still super successful on YouTube. You're just not as successful as you were before. So I don't know. Maybe it's just an aspect of the YouTube game that I don't necessarily get, but those are my thoughts. And if you want to check out more of my content, I live stream games on Twitch, or you can check out one of my other reaction commentary videos I've done on my channel. Until next time, peace.